welcome to Mia Cucina. I invite you to Mia Cucina to show you this delicious, amazing calabrese dish that I have. This is truly a calabrese dish. It's been in my family for a very long time. I don't know where it came from. I don't know who created it, but I'm going to share it with you. And there's no onions with this. The ingredients to this is going to be some peppers, some beautiful basil, some beautiful aglio, new word guys, aglio, garlic, okay, so far so good, and potatoes, and I have some of my hata peppers. You know, it's really interesting how my jalapeno turned yellow, and next to the jalapeno grows my orange yellow peppers. So I have no idea how this happened, and maybe they got together, you know, celebration of life, celebration of love. We are going to be utilizing black pepper, some garlic and salt. I make it myself. And of course, the first thing we have to do before we do anything, okay, is to put on the fadale. The fadale. And what it says here, it says, we are one. One. We are one. And today's a wonderful celebration, the 19th of June. What a celebration it is today. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to start with my red peppers. And like I said, I don't know who created this recipe. I am sure, you know, it's been passed down from generations to generations, you know. I don't know. I need to talk to my aunt because when my mom and my papa was alive, I did not ask that question. But now that I'm older, I want to know. Okay, so what I do is I put my hands in here and pretty much I remove that. Okay, and then we are going to get rid of all the whites. So right now I have two frying pans going. They are non-stick. Right now I have them on low because I want to make sure to show you this dish because it takes a little time. So it's going to be for my husband and I, and this is going to be our lunch. And my husband is so excited about this. So I'm probably going to use 2 peppers so then that way I don't have to cook. And I love red peppers. Read about red peppers. You know, peppers really pack a very good high antioxidants. So I don't want anything to be wasted from my pepper. You know, there's different techniques. You know, I have an aunt in South America called Elisa, and what she does is, you know, she cuts the top and then she cuts the bottom, and you know, you can do it any way you want to. So. And then what I'm going to use is I'm just going to use a half of the red pepper, okay? No problem. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to take all the whites, because the whites, guys, it's bitter. So you got to remove the whites, not the green, the whites. So it's nice and clean like so. So that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, like I said, this is a true calabrese dish for all my cousins in Calabria that are watching, and trust me, they watch, well, watch. You know, la guardia airport, guarda means watch in Italian. So I'm just going to put this over here because I'm finished with those. And you can cut these to make sure you get all the whites out because, you know, we really want the flavor. And red peppers work really good with this dish. Okay, so just right now, I just want to clean these guys out. Usually, you know, when I'm doing it that way, that I take everything out, you know, a lot of the membranes, they come out. So just like I said, just make sure that you remove them. And my father, he had a little paring knife. And he would do it this way. You know, everybody says to cut away from you. Well, I'm cutting towards me, but I'm holding it like this. Okay, so it's not the same. Okay, and I can't do it that way, so I have to do it my way. I have to, you know, however it works for you to get this out, just get it out. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I was having a conversation, well, I had quite a few conversations yesterday with a lot of different people, because, you know, I am the cooking minister, and I minister to a lot of people. And I forgot what I was going to say, but it's okay, you know. The conversations that we were having, and I was having this one conversation about food, and you know, they were telling me how, you know, that they're so grateful that I say it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so now how do you do this? Make sure that there's no seeds. Okay, no seeds, and no whites. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these, okay, is I am going to cut them like so. Okay, so they don't have to be, you know, perfect, but they're going to be in slices. So, you know, it's very easy transaction. You know, we put so much pressure on ourselves. When we put pressures in ourselves, we are enslaving ourselves. Yes, we are enslaving ourselves into the fear, you know, that we have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, food it's, you know, they all have their personalities. One pepper might be skinny, the other pepper might be a little round. I don't like the word fat, but, you know, I'm working on it. I'm starting to lose the weight. I try. But anyways, it doesn't have to be perfect. And, you know, it really helped this person to really, you know, open herself up to allowing herself to not be perfect. And that's the reason why she didn't want to cook. She was terrified because she thought that it had to be perfect. And when I told her that I burned my first spaghetti sauce. My meatballs, my first meatballs, they were like rocks. I could throw and break a window. I never did that, eh? Oh my God, did anybody ever broke a window? Well, I guess, you know, no, we never broke any windows, because if we broke windows, my parents would beat the crap out of us. Which here, it would, you know, yeah, my parents, whatever was near them, whether it was a spoon or a broom, if you misbehaved, boy, you got it. Yes, you did. Okay, so this pepper I'm not going to use. I'm having a smoothie this morning. My smoothie is blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, kombucha, and to your health. Oh, I love it. This song, volare. It means fly, to fly, volare. It means to fly. Okay. So I don't know about this guy. I've never had a jalapeno turn yellow, and I know it was there. I mean, it surprised me. I could see it, you know, from inside of my house. But I am going to slice this guy too. He's going to go in here because, you know, it's going to have some flavor. Everything is flavor. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to slice the garlic, okay? So it's going to be quite a bit of garlic, and it's going to be quite a bit of basilico. Basilico. In Italian, basilico, basil. Everybody, basilico. Aglio, basilico. Oh. It's the it's like pizza pie, it's amore. Oh. You know, I should really learn the words, but I don't. Okay, so what I'm going to do while I'm chopping this, I'm going to go ahead and take these peppers, and I am going to go ahead and put it in a pan. And I have it in low right now, but I'm going to take it to medium. So these guys can start doing its thing. I'm just going to leave it there. Because, you know, we can still do what we need to do. Because it takes time. And the peppers are going to be cooked separately from the potatoes. And then they're all going to come together. And you know what I am missing that I just noticed? Because there needs to be some tomatoes. Aspetta, whoa, don't go away. Let me see where my tomatoes go. I thought they were here. Where are they? Uh-oh, where's my tomatoes? the tomatoes? Oh, I know where they are. I tell you, don't get old. As you can see, I am cutting a lot of garlic. We got quite a bit of peppers, and these garlics are going to go with the peppers. So right now the peppers are in medium. I have them in medium low, and they're just hanging out. They're hanging out with their delicious olive oil. Sometimes if you don't have olive oil, you can use something else. As you can see, I am using a lot of garlic because the garlic is going to go for the potatoes, and they're also going to go for the peppers. And it's a very simple dish, but it's a very, very tasty dish. And, when you're in the Campania, I believe Campania, and oh my gosh, my cousins are watching me, and I know they're watching me from Italy. The Campania is like a farm. So, my grandmother, she grew all of her vegetables by they had a spring that just came from the ground. So my grandmother would grow her vegetables in that Campania, in that part of their land in Italia. So imagine, I was thinking about, my grandma and the grandmoms, were so used to going to the store and finding everything. And in those days, in bigger cities, but not in Maglierato. All right, aspetta one momento, because I want to make sure that I know where my tomatoes go. Ah, look at you. You were in here. All right. So we got the tomatoes. Okay, so these tomatoes, what I'm going to do is I am just going to slice them in half, and I am going to squeeze the seeds out. I have cherry tomatoes. I don't have other tomatoes, so I'm using what I got. So you can just squeeze that out and just put them in your little plate. And how many tomatoes? Well, I'm using quite a few cherry tomatoes, but I would be using 1.5 tomatoes if it was just, if it was the big tomatoes. But I have cherry tomatoes, so I am just going to, slice these guys, and I'm going as fast as I can. And I'm starting early today because I have a busy day, and this is a very delicious lunch that can also carry to dinner. And I am going to, add to this because, things have evolved. Recipes, they evolve. That you make them healthier or you make them better. But this is, I want to keep it as traditional as possible. The only thing that I am going to add to this is something that my father loved, and that will come later. I don't want to give out his secret yet. Oh, secrets. Oh, I don't like the secrets. Because secrets are, they're not that nice to have a secret. You have a secret. Why have a secret? Why just not be honest, And so I'd rather be honest. And that's how it's been all my life. And boy, did I pay for being honest. You ask me a question, I'm going to tell you. So be ready to hear what you don't want to hear. My mother would always say, "How come you never ask for my opinion, for me to tell you what you needed to do? Because I don't want to hear it." We're all like that. Okay, I am double fisting it now because, we got things to do. Yeah, am I worried about those peppers? No, I'm not. As you can see, I'm not worried about the peppers. The peppers are doing their pepper thing. I want them to do their pepper thing. Okay? Because these tomatoes are going to be going in those peppers. Okay, so now that they have all been seeded, I'm going to bring it over this side. All right, so that we got that. Because, you know, we got to keep going here. Okay, let me just rinse my hands. Because we have a working kitchen. Okay, so now you can be a chef if you want. Okay, and you can go like this. Okay, no problem. Oh, you don't want to know how long it took me to do that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these a little bit higher. I want it to go higher, higher and higher. And I am going to take a good handful of my garlic and put it all in. And it's very simple. Okay, another handful. And what I'm going to do, guys, now is I have a beautiful potato. And I cannot remember the name of this potato, but, you know, usually it will be skinned, but I'm not going to the skin, you would take the skin out. I'm not going to take the skin out of this potato. So what I want to do with my potatoes is I want to cut it in half. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it in half again. Okay, and I'm going to cut it in half again. So far, so good. Okay, so then now I have this, right? So then what we want to do is we want to slice them. Try to slice them the same. And I'm only going to use one potato. It's just my husband and I. If you have a bigger family, you know, my mom had a really big pan. So I'm going to turn this particular pan, I'm going to put that in medium high, because the potatoes are going to be going in there. And then I'm going to bring you on this side. So you can see what I'm doing. Very easy transaction. Okay, so you potato, I'm not going to use you. We'll move you over there. I am going to put these potatoes over here. Traditionally, this is not made with meat. But, you know, my father, he loved, you know, his steak cacheda. A steak cacheda, he would call a little steak. And what my father would do is he would always try to find, you know, buy the very thin ones. Okay, so as you can see, I have not seasoned anything yet. So these potatoes, I am going to bring them over here. And aspetta. Okay, now I am going to go get the meat. Traditionally, there's no meat, but has evolved. You know, recipes, they evolve over time. So what I want to do now is I want to take my beautiful meat. And this meat has been sliced very, very thin. Okay, I'm going to put this in the garbage. Wait a minute, let me get the rest of the meat. Okay, hey, come here. Okay, I'm going to take this out. And you know, what changed this whole thing was my father. My father knew about this dish. But my father, you know, now we're in the land of the plenty. You know, we are in America. Why not? So my father will put some garlic salt in the meat. And he will put the black pepper. So I got this out of the refrigerator because I wanted to come to room temperature. And by the time I'm done with everything else, it will be room temperature. So with this, I'm going to put it on this side over here. I haven't not salted anything. What I've done is I just kind of, you know, got my, and let me show you how thin, and what my father would do, he would put it in the freezer. And, oh, is this thing working here? It doesn't want to work. Hey, you, pick it up. What's wrong with you? You don't want to talk? Oh, it doesn't want to work. I don't know what's wrong with you. Okay, you know what? We have another one. So always make sure you have another one. If one doesn't work, you have the other one. Okay, so now, you know, I'm just going to mix up these meats a little bit like so. And it's very, very thin. I want to show you how very thin. You will put it in the freezer, and then you will take them out and you will slice them thin. Because, you know, he liked this. You know, so I'm going to keep it traditional, but the only thing that I am adding to this dish that is not traditional is the beef. Because my father, I blame my father. And he's not here to defend himself. But if he was here, he would say, I put it because it was saborito. I put it because it was delicious. So we gotta keep it delicious. Okay, and you cannot, rush cooking. Okay, so now, I'm going to put my basil on this side because I got to show you what I'm going to do with that. And then I'm going to put my meat on this side as well. And this meat right now is coming to room temperature. I am going to take my wonderful garlic. I am going to put my potatoes in here. And I want these potatoes, before I put my garlic, to really get nice and brown. All right, let me go bring you over here. Good morning, hello. You want to come with me? Okay. Woohoo! Now you guys know my entire kitchen. I hope it's nice and clean. Well, not really. All right, so let me see. I think I am going to bring this down without dropping the phone. All right. So we got the potatoes going on here, and we got the peppers going on here. Okay, so let me show you what's happening with the peppers. Oh, they're starting to caramelize, and that's what you want. They're making their beautiful juice. You see that beautiful red juice that's in there? Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. And the garlic. Oh, yes. My father, we loved, garlic that was very nice and toasty. Okay, so now to this, I'm going to take a lot of basil. A lot of basil. And I am just going to, just put it like so into my peppers. Yes, basil, basilico. A lot of basilico. My grandparents, my parents, myself, my entire family grows basil. Okay. And always make sure you have your little thing, because we're not going to put the stems. The stems go into the garbage, little pile here. So, don't stress yourself if, they get brown, eh? Okay, we're going to turn it down. Because these guys, oh, wait a minute, this basil got a stem, so I get that out. Okay, so now, I'm going to have a little bit of sale. Okay, so sale, a pinch. You see that? A pinch. Maybe 2 pinches. My potatoes are hanging out. They're doing their thing. They're supposed to be hanging out, doing their thing. You cannot rush the good Italian cooking, eh? Look how beautiful this is. Can you see how beautiful and pretty that is? And you would have never thought about adding the basil, but that's how it is, in Maierato, provincia di Catanzaro. Maierato is where I was born, province of Catanzaro. Okay, so now this is hanging out. It's got it slowly hanging out. Don't worry if you have some burnt pieces. Everybody say, oh, the garlic is so bitter, the garlic is so bitter, but you know what? Look at this. Oh my God. Oh, it's so delicious already. And it's already, you can taste the basil in it. Okay, wait a minute. This little basil just went into that pot. Okay, so I still have my tomatoes, okay? So follow me so far, eh? Okay, so this is going on over here. Let me rinse in my hands because I got the salad everywhere. I like this dish because I don't have to cook the onions. And make sure that the potatoes are nice and crispy before you turn them, okay? So they need to be very crispy. Because this is potati fritti. And potati fritti means fried potatoes. And I am frying them in olive oil. I'm not frying in nothing but olive oil, both of these guys. Okay, so I'm going to turn this up a little bit more. I had it too slow. Okay, so now to this. Let me rinse my hands. I am going to add a little bit of sal. 1 or 2 pinches of sal. Very simple transaction. Very easy. I'm going to add some black pepper. I am not going to add the garlic yet because not until they become more redder. Io bella sei, oh sole mio, stambrum da te. Oh sole mio, stambrum da te. Stambrum da te. That was my father's favorite song. And sole mio means, oh my son. You know, like the sun is coming out and he's in love. You know, he's in love with this, you know, with the sun. It's just so beautiful. And I hope that you guys, after this is all done, that you get to go to Italia. And you get to, you know, maybe go to Calabria. Very beautiful, colorful people in Calabria. It's beautiful. I know everybody goes to the Amalfi Coast. I've been to the Amalfi Coast. Yes, it's beautiful too. So I want to make sure that my peppers are very well cooked. The red peppers, they take longer than the green peppers. You know why? Because they're more meaty. So they won't take longer. And you want to make sure that they're very, very well cooked. Because that's where the sapuri comes out. That's where the flavor comes out. And it makes this beautiful, you see that little red thing going on in there? Oh, mamma mia. Oh, look at these potatoes. Oh. Usually, you know, you put a lot more oil, but I don't like a lot of oil. Oh, mamma mia, they're beautiful. Everything is beautiful. So now I'm going to take more basil. Yes, more basil. Oh, wait a minute. I cannot put it over there because you are the garlic. Okay, I'm going to keep that for garnish later. I'm going to take a paper towel. And these are my beautiful basil. Look how beautiful basil when you can grow your own. You don't have to worry about going to the store and putting on a mask. We can be maskless. I was thinking, you know, what would my parents think about if they were in these days? I think it would be very hard for my mom and my father if they were alive during these days. My father loved fishing, you know. He always loved going to the farms and you know, and he loved talking to people. You know, I don't know how it would have been for them during this time. And I know that everybody's getting tired of it. But we have to stay healthy, guys. We have to stay healthy. Okay. So that's why I started this first. And, you know, the peppers, if they're losing their skins, you know, you can remove the skin as it does that. Some may not. Some may want to keep their skin. They're going, hey, I look at my skin. Hey, don't look at my skin. Look how beautiful this is looking. Okay, because you have to stay with me, guys, because, you know, oh, yeah, you see what I'm looking for? I'm looking for the brown, for the beautiful browning. Oh, yes, look at that. Make sure that you get everybody in the pot there. Hey, you. Oh, that's hot. Don't burn your hand, yourself. My fingers have been burned so many times, you know, that I can do that, but my husband, he can't do that. You know, it burns his hands. So we want these to be nice and nice. You know, right now it's 10:30. By the time this may be done, might be in a little bit. And trust me, it's never too early to eat the good food, eh? So look how beautiful that looks. Okay, so now, because they're so nice, I am going to add the garlic. So there's going to be garlic on this. And the basil. Yes! The basil and potatoes. Hey, you know, this is Mayoritano. You know, this is Calabrese food. You want to learn the Calabrese? You want to learn what I cook? You want to learn what my family ate? What we did? This is it. I just put him in the top. Oh, volare, cantare. Oh, e tu. I don't know the words. Okay, so now to the peppers, because the peppers are very nice. They're very, very, very nice. They're nice and cooked. You gotta make sure you know that the red flesh is nice and cooked, and now you're gonna make a hole. You're gonna make a hole. This is what it's called crowning. This is what it's called crowning. And you're gonna put the tomatoes right in the middle. See what I did? Right in the middle. The tomatoes right in the middle. No seeds. Take that out. No eggs. Go in this dish. Yes, no eggs. Okay, so now I'm going to do it like this. Oh, because what you do is you want your potatoes to be nice and nice and nice. Oh yeah, how beautiful is that? Oh yes. Mamma mia. Wait till you guys try this dish. I mean, you want a real, you know, traditional Mayoritano from Calabria dish. This is it. Okay, so you see what I'm doing? I am getting the potatoes. Okay, here's another pepper that is losing its skin. I did not skin these guys. I didn't want to. It went with the skin and all. But if they give out the skin, I take the skin out. It's not going to hurt anything. So now this, I'm going to turn this up a little higher, because you guys are going to be amazed. Okay, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of olive oil in here. And that's what I want. And that's what I want. You know, when I like using cherry tomatoes in this, you know, the colorful cherry tomatoes, because I like things to be very colorful. Oh yes, baby, this is so good. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to take very gently, I'm going to take the potatoes and put them with the peppers. Yes! You follow me? I mean, sometimes they do it the other way around. You know, they put the potatoes. And watch out, don't catch anything on fire, eh? We want safety. If you feel uncomfortable about this, then, you know, be careful. You see, I'm putting all my potatoes in there. Usually it's the other way around. They will put the peppers in with the potatoes. But what I'm going to do here is I am going to use my beef. This guy decided to take a dip. Oh, Reggie's over here. Reggie, you can smell the beef, huh? You're going to get some beef? Reggie's all excited. He thinks he's going to get beef. All right, let me move that anymore. So you want to cook, you want to do this quickly, guys, because, oh, let me get that out of the way. Okay, my father is the one, you know, that I need to give credit for the meat. You know, if they had lamb or if they had goat, you know, we used to have a lot of goat. Okay, I'm going to shut this off because this is almost done. So with a little bit of olive oil. Okay. All right. Let me get couple of my, because I want to bring it to the other side as I was cooking. Okay, so I'm going to remove the beef because the beef is done, and now I am going to show you, I'm going to mix this together. Oh, mamma mia. Oh my God, this is so good. All right, so let me get myself a bowl or a plate. Because I'm going to show you how I'm going to serve it. And it's still breakfast, so even my dog is waiting. Here, let me bring it over here so I can show you how I'm doing this. Okay, you guys are ready? Come on. All right. Let's bring you over here. Let's bring you up. Because, you know, this is a working kitchen. And I don't know, can you guys see that? Okay. So now, I have the pot, right? And I have my tray. And I'm going to show you how my father, you know, would play it. I mean, sometimes he will get fancy, you know, sometimes he will not get fancy. But this is... So now, the true, authentic way of eating this, it would be with no meat. You know, you would have the bread, the pane. Bread is pane in Italia. And I'm going to call the troops in a minute, because my husband is already out right there. You can't see him, but he is going like this. Move that out of the way. So this right here, it is pipi and potati fritti. See what we made? And then my father, blessed my father, he would have the meat. And then what he would do is he would put the meat, like so. So I give credit for the meat to my father. Okay? And this is a beautiful, it could be a beautiful dinner. It could be a very beautiful, that's what it is. It's a dinner. It could be a lunch, but we're going to have it for breakfast. Although we have the smoothie, but this is on top. And of course, Reggie's going to get some of this beautiful juice in his dog food. Because he's an Italian dog. He speaks English, Spanish, and Italian. Okay, guys, here you have it. Pipi fritti, and then, of course, in respect of my father, the beef. Okay? I want to thank you so much for joining me today at Elena, I call it Test Kitchen, and I call it Cucina. I test a lot of dishes for you. So now if you want to make this more pretty, aspetta. Oh, vita mia. You know, you can put a little bit of basil, like so, you know, to make it pretty. It doesn't, you know, I have a lot of basil. So if you don't have a lot of basil, that's okay. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. So I am just going to make it like that. So you know that there is basil. Just like that. You see that? Just like that. Okay, guys. Grazie mille. Thank you very much for joining me today at Mia Cucina, because I bring you lots of love from Mia Cucina to your cucina. I am Elena Jones. Be kind, be loving, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Mwah, 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 mwah. Ciao, ciao, belli. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao, belli. Mwah.